Welcome back to the show, everybody. If you happen to catch my live stream this morning covering Lindsey Graham, I'm going to add a little bit more to my opinion on Lindsey Graham in this show. The Strait of Hormuz appears to be closed again, and Khanna was detained in the West Bank. Let's get into it.
Where the truth don't miss, no spin, no script, just real talk with Chris. Cut the noise, break the mold, say the things they won't be told. Straight no chaser, no disguise, only truth behind these mics.
Q. QAnon. No,
Okay, wow, weird.
sorry. Yeah, no, I figure, we're just going to have some fun. I'm actually kind of upset because I lost a subscriber.
I mean, it happens. We're, not
I've been working so hard lately, and every subscriber I gain, I'm just like ecstatic, and I appreciate every subscriber that I gain. And I lost a subscriber.
It happens. It happens a lot.
I always correlate it maybe with like whatever I can come up with in my mind, right? Like I'm like, oh, maybe it was the show I did this morning. Maybe it was this. Maybe it was that.
Maybe
I don't
it's
know.
because they suck.
Well, either way, I think loosening up and just having some fun. We've had the show. I've had the show on the air for 3 months around. You've been on the show with me for at least over a month now.
Right.
It's fun and it's very educational for me. Even if I don't gain subscribers, I'm learning a lot. And the way I feel about it is I am on the right side of history in this, and it's being documented on YouTube.
Well, I mean, I don't think there's any left or right anymore. I think the right side of history is the best way to put it, because having your own mind matters. And a lot of people seem to not want to watch if it goes far from their Republican or Democrat looking of their life. So
Yes.
it is what it is. Some people won't like you. Some people will.
Yeah, and that's okay. I'll give it my best effort to, be fun to watch and have a good time. I have gotten better since I've started. I do know
feel
that.
like I'm super likable.
I think you're bringing in all of our subscribers, to be honest.
No, I mean, people will disagree. I think I'm likable. They might not.
So
Whatever.
on that, if I may ask, if you like the content, please hit the like button and please subscribe to the channel. So let's get into this. Lindsey Graham, right? So Lindsey Graham passed away on the 11th, yesterday.
Yes, he did.
Yesterday. Now, I hadn't heard, but I do have a short clip I was going to play that added a little bit of context to this that I don't think is spreading quite as much to people. So let's jump into this little clip. I'm going to play just the beginning of it. I'm not going to play the whole video.
So check this shit out. Lindsey Graham is dead as a doornail. And you want to know when he died and where he died? Oh, he died over in Kyiv within like hours of visiting this drone facility in Kyiv that was manufacturing drones that were hitting deep inside Russia. Right after that, Russia announced that they had struck drone facilities in Kyiv. So most likely, Lindsey Graham was...
He goes on to make some claims of what he thinks Lindsey Graham may have been doing there, and it is in relation to his sexuality, and things that we've been hearing about Lindsey Graham for some time now. But just the fact that because I knew that he had just met with Zelensky, and that he was just over there
talking about sanctioning Russia.
He was over there talking about a new defense package for Ukraine, like a massive defense package, because Lindsey Graham has always been
Russia.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're going to add sanctions. They're going to change up the sanctions to make it even harder on Russia. They're going to send Ukraine a whole bunch of more fucking war equipment and
I'm like
bombs and
I
stuff.
have no idea.
And yeah, I didn't know that he was over there because that's being left out of a lot of the headlines.
Yeah.
Actually, I haven't seen a single headline that said he actually died in Ukraine.
Kiev.
Which is insane to me because I was like, I was like, oh my God, he died in Kiev. I was like, damn. And then also the report from Russia that they had just struck drone facilities. Well,
But why
Lindsey
wouldn't-
Graham had visited a drone facility.
But why wouldn't they take that as an opportunity to be like, look what Russia did to America?
I mean, there's some potential reasons why they wouldn't want to. In Europe, largely they try to make it look like Russia's losing anyway.
Yeah,
and
but
that
if they were able to strike an American congressman, that would mean something.
it would, you know, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what comes out of Russia as far as those claims, because I'm sure that's going to begin circulating that maybe Russia targeted Lindsey Graham. But I even thought when I did my live this morning, when I did my solo live this morning, by the way, it's a lot harder to do solos. I haven't done them in so long. I was like, what the hell? Like I
Trying
was
to fill the silence.
and I totally Ron Burgundied my notes that I had on it. Anyway, that's something
That's
that I'm going to
okay.
have to refine. But I just thought that the explanation for his passing was very strange.
I just cannot believe that that's where he passed.
Yeah.
Are we 100% sure?
And yes. Well, no, I'm not 100% sure, but it does make sense. I had just seen that he was in a photo shoot with Zelensky.
Well, I just saw his speech there.
Yeah,
But
where he said, when I get back to Washington, we're going to
gonna
sanction
sanction
Russia.
Russia.
We're going to send you a bunch of more bombs. We're going to figure out how we can get Russia whipped into submission,
And
right?
see, this is where I have a problem with the Republicans and how they choose to handle things is always war.
Yes. Oh, well, specifically with Lindsey Graham. He's
don't
got a
get that.
long history of I didn't check this one out, but maybe we could. I think this is a Lindsey Graham.
I just cannot. I'm like
Yeah,
literally
this is it
so
right
shocked.
here. Okay, we're gonna watch this little clip here. I think this is the proof of him being in Kiev when he passed. Maybe. Watch it again.
What did it say?
It showed him with drones and stuff in the
Yeah.
drone facility. Senator Lindsey Graham dies at 71 after brief and sudden illness.
Yeah.
Weird coincidence. You know what? I agree.
Yeah, I would have to say that I too agree.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you have to have discernment nowadays if you plan on getting to any sort of truth.
I'm just like,
I know.
I'm
You know
still,
what?
like, I can't
That's the
even-
second time I was shocked today, because when I woke up this morning and I seen that Lindsey Graham died, I was like, what? Like, I didn't even believe it at first.
yeah.
Then I see this right before we go live. This was the last video that I queued up before we went live today.
That guy's weird. The one that posted that video, he's a weird dude.
Ryan Matta.
Yeah, he's a weird dude.
I like him. I think he's a
Do you?
badass. Yeah.
I think he's fucking
I've been watching
weird.
dude. He has some pretty badass video skits that he does. He's, to my knowledge, he's mostly on X, but I really like him.
Yeah.
I think he's pretty badass.
I think he's fucking weird.
And then we have this. Let's go ahead and read it.
Oh, it's a reading thing.
Yes. So this is out of Israel, the Horets today. Lindsey Graham's death leaves Israel without a clear voice in Trump's era or ear.
Here.
Yeah, sorry. Lindsey Graham knew how to speak Trump's language like few others, and there is no obvious successor among Republican hawks with his charisma and access. His death leaves an open question: who will take up the mantle as the most effective conduit for Netanyahu's message to Trump?
How about
This-
no one?
Well, I mean, this kind of goes back to the beginning of the Iran war. It actually was leaked that Netanyahu coached Lindsey Graham on how to convince Trump to go to war with Iran.
I did hear that.
Well, that's just it right there,
Yep.
you know, and that's how you can give a little bit of weight to it, is the fact that it was hidden
Yeah.
or, you know, kind of put on the back burner real quick after it came out.
Yeah, and not only that, but how he is with Israel. He was saying out loud actually that he thought that they should give the World War II treatment to Gaza, and
Yeah,
then said
well-
that they should do what America did in Tokyo.
A lot of this shows
Was it
about Lindsey
Tokyo?
Graham, and I actually have a share on that.
Do you?
Yes. If I can find the correct one. Because okay, here we go. What? No. I have one where he's talking about dropping nukes, and I wanted to play that one. I think it might be this one. Doesn't make any sense. Perfectly hell. This one might. Oh, yeah, this is it. This is it. It's a good one. We got to share it. We got to share it with our audience,
Right.
because I love you guys so much. Like and subscribe to my channel, please.
So when we were faced with destruction as a nation after Pearl Harbor, fighting the Germans and the Japanese, we decided to end the war by bombing Hiroshima and Nagasaki with nuclear weapons. That was the right decision. Give Israel the bombs they need to end the war they can't afford to lose, and work with them to minimize casualties.
See? Such a great man. Such a great man that cares about human life.
Yeah, man, the internet, well, at least X, has just been blowing up with everything about Lindsey Graham all day long.
And I'm not saying that I'm happy he's gone or
Yeah, it's not
anything like
good
that.
to talk
I-
ill about the dead.
Well, I wouldn't do that,
So-
but I'm not gonna pretend that he was something that he wasn't.
No, and that's how I approached my live this morning. It was a short live. It's like 10 minutes long. I just wanted
Yeah.
to jump in because I hadn't heard about it,
Well,
and it
no,
was fresh news.
no, and not only that, but he was a public figure. He was in Congress, and he spoke out a lot in Republican interest, and that seems to have a lot to do with Israel. So I won't pretend like he was somebody he wasn't just because he's dead.
Okay, here's a little bit older clip, because another thing that you're seeing is the legacy media painting him as Trump's biggest supporter.
I know, yeah.
And that he just has always been in love with Trump. But that's not actually true. I said that on my live this morning, but I didn't really have anything to support it. But I do now. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to listen to a little bit of, we'll listen to Lindsey Graham himself. In fact, we'll listen to all of it. It's a little bit long, but it's good. Maybe we'll stop a couple times amidst the video.
There is no way we are going to allow a con artist to take over the conservative movement, and Donald Trump is a con artist.
It's typical Trump. All bluster, very little substance.
For you to think that you can pimp out our proud servicemen and women to the Prince of Saudi Arabia is disgraceful, and it once again shows that you are unfit to serve as our commander-in-chief.
Trump is a really bad candidate,
her.
and
I know you
frankly,
do.
I think a really bad person.
I want to talk to the Trump supporters for a minute. I don't know who you are, and I don't know why you like this guy.
Well, I think the problem is, number one, he's a bull.
I can't stand
Well, I mean, right there was Lindsey. You know,
Yes.
does it look like he was in love with him?
it. No.
No.
And, you know, I don't like bullies.
This is what happens when a leading presidential candidate goes around feeding into a narrative of anger and bitterness and frustration.
This is a guy who said that John McCain is not a war hero, yet he sought his own 5 military deferments.
There's nothing in our Constitution that gives you the power to go to war without the express consent of Congress.
I mean, she's right.
She's 100% right.
She is right, and that's something that's not talked about enough. It is talked about a little bit.
Well, the reason why she got on his side was, if you want to go out of that,
I got a little bit more.
Oh, okay, go
There's
ahead.
some more clips of Lindsey. But
the reason
no,
why
Tulsi
she got on his
Gabbard.
side was because she did not want war, and he said he would not have any new wars, and that's why she came on his side.
Yeah, well, and also I kind of think that them not going through the channels that are proper to go to war is a way to, remove some of the fault from
It's
Congress,
authoritarian. It's authoritarian.
from the overall government, and it's
These
kind
are
of
checks and balances. He
yeah, I know,
bypassed them.
Well, I know, but Congress could be fucking raising hell over
They
this
are.
too.
They're
They are
trying to
not.
pass bills. Yes, they are.
They could put a stop to him going to war if they wanted to. They don't want to.
They do want
and
to.
even if they did go through the proper channels, it would be authorized and he'd be able to continue war, in my opinion.
Hey, and that could be a thing. That could happen. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, our Congress is bought and paid for.
Yes, but there is checks and balances so that you don't just get to go bomb people.
There is that they're not using.
Yes.
And what does that do?
Because it's
It
a
makes
state of
most
emergency.
People, yeah, but it also makes most people look a little bit more favorably to Congress and Senate and kind of put this on the authoritarian aspect of it and pin it all on Trump and his crony,
his fault. It's his fault.
Zionist neocons that are pushing him into this. Well, Congress is not really, you can say what you want. They're not being outspoken about shutting this down.
They are. They are.
If you say so.
They're passing bills to make it so that he can't do this. Even in case of emergency like that. You can't just go and bomb people. That's why America exists. So we don't have an authoritarian.
Trump guy. I never liked him.
No. Was that JD Vance?
Yeah, that came from the horse's mouth right
No,
there.
I'm just saying, who is that guy?
No, when I saw this video, I was like, oh, I got to share this today
my
because
God.
all of these bastards act like they are, Trump's biggest supporters. Every one of them. JD Vance is the vice president.
Well, what the fuck,
Look at Marco
bro?
Rubio.
He didn't even have a beard.
Well, yeah, this was a few years ago. It
Yeah,
may
I
have
don't
been
love
before
it.
his first term.
I don't love that.
Movement to a person that has no ideas of any substance on the important issues, the nuclear codes of the United States, to an erratic individual.
He's a race-baiting, xenophobic, religious bigot.
The military's not even going to follow his orders.
The military's not going to follow illegal orders. And so the Trump campaign was forced to change their position and say, we're going to try to change the law so that the military can operate within the law. That's a tall order also.
I think he's a kook. I think he's crazy. I think he's unfit for office.
We may not have that many outright Nazis in America, but we have plenty of cowards and bootlickers. And once those fleshy dominoes start tumbling into the Trump camp, the game is up.
Here's the problem with Trump. He says, go ahead and kill the families. Go ahead and torture. Go ahead and go further than waterboarding. What happens when people follow those orders or don't follow them? It's not clear that Donald Trump will have their back. Donald Trump is oftentimes about Donald Trump.
At the end of the day, do you believe Donald Trump, who always tells the truth? Just kidding. Or do you believe that woman on that tape?
He doesn't represent my party. He doesn't represent the values that the men and women who wear the uniform are fighting for.
Oh, yeah, but if you listened to him a couple days ago, it's completely different. Yeah. All right, yeah. I mean, like I said, that's a little bit longer of a video.
No,
There's still some good cuts in that video.
That was actually really good.
But yeah, Lindsey Graham did not like Trump. Lindsey Graham hated Trump until Trump became Israel's bitch.
Yeah.
And that's just a fact. As soon as Trump flip-flopped on the American people...
What did he mean by religious bigot? I don't get that. What did he mean?
So if you recall and you go back to 2014, those accusations like that and slander like that was very effective in shutting down the conversation.
Yeah, but what does he mean by that?
A religious bigot?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Like he's not religious.
It was probably
that he's
just talking
against
points.
Religion. That's what I was wondering. Yeah.
Yeah. What does religious bigot mean?
Well, what did he mean by that personally? Because Trump pretended to be religious for a little while.
Let's see what ChatGPT says. What does religious bigot mean? A religious bigot is someone who is strongly I don't even know what that is. Intolerantly.
Just pass it.
Okay. And blindly attached to their own religious beliefs.
Oh. So he's just...
He wants everybody to basically
be
go
Christian
with his religion.
or Zionist.
Well, that sounds a lot like Lindsey Graham to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you don't support Israel, God's gonna,
smite you.
Yeah. if God doesn't have your back, if you don't have Israel's back.
Yeah.
He's made that statement multiple times. Thousands of times, in fact. Okay, and we've got one more. We'll go one more thing on Lindsey Graham, just because, that's the topic today. The main topic today is Lindsey Graham. If you turn on any mainstream news right now, they're just praising him. And it makes perfect sense because we know who controls most of the main media.
Which is so weird to me because when I used to look at the news, obviously I don't anymore, but in 2019, it was so divided between CNN for Democrats and Fox for Republicans that they were always at odds. It's just weird to think that they're not anymore.
Yeah. And then if you turn on alternative media, which is, just to be honest, where everybody's kind of going now to find their news anyway. You have like Anna Kasparian says, good riddance.
See, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I just don't agree with that. You don't do that.
Well, it blew up. Okay, her saying that. Then you had all these big media influencers
trying to bring her down.
No, they were quote tweeting her and yes, making statements like, "Oh, look at what kind of person she is," and
That doesn't matter to me. I don't agree with that.
Well, I think that what would have been better for Lindsey Graham would have been to, because he's a traitor to our country without a doubt. He should have been arrested, tried for treason, and then capital punishment when he was convicted. That's how I feel about Lindsey Graham.
Right.
He's done nothing but drag our country down for the entirety of his career in politics. And that is just, you can just go look at the direction our country went the whole time he was there.
Yeah. Has he always been like that, like a Ted Cruz, like with Israel? I don't know.
Yes, he has. And then she was responding to one of these people that were criticizing her, right, for saying good riddance. She says, "Are you offended? ? Let me clarify. I'm elated that he's dead, overjoyed, just like he was elated at seeing countless dead children throughout the Middle East."
Yeah, I'm not tit for tat like that though, but I understand where she's coming from.
I mean, Anna Kasparian, I like her.
I like her too.
She is a Democrat. She's very open about that.
I don't
and she
care.
stands on the left, on the Democrat side.
I know. I don't care. I don't agree with her. And
very political too.
I don't agree with her in that aspect of a tit for tat thing because that's how we stay divided. And that's cool if she's angry like that. I don't really dig that. I don't dig the anger like that. That's not how you get your point across to other people.
Yeah, we're going to watch one more clip on Lindsey Graham from my guy. This is my guy here, Frankie Stocks, who is a badass.
This is a fitting obituary for a traitor like Lindsey Graham. This is exactly how these people should be remembered. So big shout out to his fellow anti-American traitor, Mike Huckabee, for making sure that Lindsey Graham goes down in history as exactly what he was, a servant to Israel. Here he is. He was here in Israel often. Yes, we know that he was, Mike, because while you were hanging out with Jonathan Pollard in the U.S. Embassy, Lindsey Graham was meeting with Benjamin Netanyahu in the IDF and Israeli intelligence to plot dragging the United States into a war with Iran, setting the Middle East on fire, setting the world on fire, and feeding Americans into a meat grinder. There's nothing that Lindsey Graham loved more than that. He should go down in history remembered for exactly what he was. So again, big shout out to Lindsey Graham's fellow traitor, Mike Huckabee, for making sure that Lindsey Graham is remembered as an Israel first anti-American traitor.
Well, I definitely agree with that.
100%.
Because that's factual information.
I actually proof watched that one just to make sure, because Frankie Stocks, he doesn't really mince words. and he is very clear. You know, he's very blunt. Most of his content is not suitable for YouTube.
Right.
That's why you can only find him on X and on Rumble for the most part.
Right.
But Frankie Stocks is a badass, straight up. He puts it together pretty good.
But I definitely don't agree with him going there and trying to drag us into a war and supporting Netanyahu in any way, shape, or form. And oh yeah, look at that.
Remember this, this guy who, by all accounts right now, it seems like maybe he was taken out in Kiev from a sudden illness, right? Like very suspicious. I think that Ryan Matta is a little bit more onto something there. But here's a quote from him. "I'm not with you. I'm with Israel until my dying day."
Oh, wow.
That is an actual quote from Lindsey Graham.
Wow. What a piece of shit.
He did a lot of these Jewish, where he would go and talk at like Jewish
I just can't
conventions
believe he
and
was
whatnot.
so anti-America.
Honestly, I feel like he got much more like flamboyant
I do too.
about his support for Israel
Yeah.
after the Epstein file scandal.
Yes.
And so I'm just wondering if maybe there was some pretty bad stuff in regards to the Epstein files that they were holding on him, because that's been speculation for a while now, is that they're holding stuff over his head. So that's why because you can't really make sense of some of the shit he says.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do now that people are dying? Isn't Mitch McConnell on his deathbed too?
For all we know, Mitch McConnell is
I just saw a
already
picture
dead.
of him in the hospital. It looked like they said that he had fallen, and that's why he was in the hospital. He also had pneumonia as well.
Mitch McConnell?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for all we know, he could be dead. I know you've seen a video of him in the
I
hospital.
didn't see a video. I
whatnot,
saw a picture.
Or a picture.
But what I'm saying is, like, what are they going to do when all these pro-Israel people are getting replaced?
I think that, just like I said a minute ago, with them not doing anything to shut this war down, not going through any of the channels that are available to our Senate and Congress to hold Donald Trump accountable for unilaterally taking us to war against a country, there's somebody that's ready to fill his place. Just like Iran, they had another supreme leader lined up as soon as Trump went and martyred their supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei.
Yeah, but we have somebody in case that happens too. That would be J.D. Vance. It goes down the line.
Well, obviously, and J.D. Vance is going where the wind blows him. He's also a Peter Thiel plant.
Oh yeah.
Who runs Palantir and supplies all these fucking weapons that cause nothing but death and destruction all over the world.
Right.
And they capitalize off of these wars. They benefit from these wars. They have incentive to keep these wars going. Peter Thiel put J.D. Vance into position. So there's that. I don't trust J.D. Vance. I know a lot of people. I get it. A lot of people like J.D. Vance. Tucker Carlson even somewhat endorses him, believes that we wouldn't have went to war with Iran if J.D. Vance was in there.
Well, Tucker loves Erica Kirk too.
Yeah. So we're gonna shift.
So he could be deceived, is what I'm trying to say.
We're gonna shift to off of the Lindsey Graham. Rest in piss, Lindsey Graham.
Wow.
I mean peace. I said that wrong. That's my bad. Yeah, no. Rest in peace, Lindsey Graham. Anyway, we don't have to listen to him champion war anymore on Fox News once a week. That's at least one thing there. Anyway, so we're gonna talk about Khanna went to the West Bank in Gaza, and he was detained by violent settlers that had weapons. And the IDF, when they did come, they sided with the settlers and kept them detained. So
yeah,
go ahead and listen to this. It's a short clip. And it's not real short, but it's not real long either.
Ask you because you just returned from a
yeah, let me make it big. My bad. I'm not perfect always.
Ask you because you just returned from a 3-day trip to the West Bank this week. You say you were held by Israeli settlers with rifles. We do have some still footage that was captured by your team of the incident. We should say in a statement, the Israeli Defense Forces, or the IDF, released a statement saying IDF troops were dispatched to the scene, quickly dispersed the Israeli civilians, and reopened the blocked road. The IDF soldiers operating in the area did not take part in blocking the road. Walk us through what you experienced.
The IDF is lying. What happened was unprecedented. They had violent settlers detain American citizens, including an American government official. You had these settlers brandishing M4s, kicking the tires of our van, laughing at us, mocking at us, videotaping us. We were detained for about 20 minutes, fearful of our lives. Then the IDF comes, 4 soldiers. They tell our translator that they're on the side of the settlers. They further detain us and block us in. We had to call the American embassy. Fortunately, David Brownstein helped, and he got to someone in Israel. And 75 minutes after the detention by the IDF soldiers and by these settlers, we were let through. Now, I heard the prime minister, and he says that Israel is a country of law and order. Well, let me be very specific. The prime minister needs to open an investigation on these violent settlers who are connected to Yanon Levy, who has destroyed Zanuda's village and is a known person who has killed Palestinians, and these settlers were connected to him. They need to be prosecuted, including Yanon Levy. Their outpost needs to be investigated, and he needs to have an investigation on these 4 IDF officers. Security cameras can see that they were involved in the detention of American citizens. How dare they mistreat people with an American passport that way?
They did it to that little girl that was in college that had dual citizenship.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like,
well, he's no different. I'm sorry.
Well, good luck with getting anywhere with that. Okay, he's saying that
they need to have an open investigation.
What was it, Yalon Nedi or something? He was talking about. He was referring to somebody in Israel, in the settlements that he's known to have killed Palestinians. Bro, like, what kind of, you think that's gonna, like, garner a response out of these people?
Yeah, they don't care.
There's been, I just seen today, they're still bombing the shit out of Gaza.
Yeah.
Today. And they've damn near leveled the entire country at this point. There's not even hardly any buildings left.
I don't know what they're even doing anymore.
Well, many of the Palestinians, because I've been looking into, I continue to follow what's going on in Gaza and with great interest also.
Yeah.
And many of the Palestinians that live there, they have such deep roots, they just won't leave.
Yeah, I get that, but...
Yeah, but Israel wants them to leave. Israel wants all of them out. And
they do.
Barring that, they're probably just going to keep bombing until everybody is gone.
Which is another point of genocide.
Well, yeah. I mean, the UN Commission has proved intent at this point. If you go read the UN Commission report on this.
Well, mass displacement, you're not allowed to do that either, okay?
Yeah, and then we're going to listen to Netanyahu's response.
To Lindsey Graham?
To Ro Khanna.
Oh, let's hear it.
To Ro Khanna, because we're off of Lindsey Graham.
Okay.
I feel like we've kind of beat that horse to death.
Yeah.
Let me make it big before I pull it in. There we go.
Before I let you go, I do want to give you the opportunity, if you would like to respond to Congressman Ro Khanna. He is going to be on this broadcast. He says he visited the West Bank. He was blocked by settlers wielding guns. He says the IDF did not help fuse this situation. Do you have any comment on that this morning?
What do you think he's going to say?
It didn't happen.
Well, here it comes from the man himself, right? The guy that's keeping Israel safe.
Mr. Prime Minister.
Yeah, we're a country of laws, and people who break the law, we take them to court.
Oh, is that why you're not going to court for your own violations of the law, Mr. Prime Minister?
Yep.
In the West Bank, in Judea and Samaria, we've had thousands of attempted attacks and warnings against terrorist activities.
Well, notice what he said there. We've had thousands attacks against and warnings against terrorist activities.
So he's trying to say that it was Hamas
Well,
already?
No, I mean, he said we've had thousands of. Let's listen to him again, because this statement, to me, I felt like he kind of slipped here, and he admitted that the West Bank settlers are committing terrorist acts over there.
Yeah.
Against terrorist activities against innocent Israelis, families, mother with their children drive. Innocent Israelis, families, mother with warnings against terrorist activities against innocent Israelis, families, mother with their children driving along the road. They're stopped by terrorists and they kill them. And this has happened again and again and again.
He's trying to blame
There
Hamas.
is a vigilante effort.
So in other words, he's claiming that Hamas stopped Ro Khanna.
That's what I'm getting out of this.
Yeah, it's kind of a mix up of words. If you really try to take it all in, you're like, what is he talking about here?
Not by the settler community. They're 99.9%, law-abiding citizens. They work, they serve in the army, and so on. There are 150.
Look, he has to say that. He literally has to say that because the citizens in Israel demand it.
Yeah.
Like if he were to say, "Oh yeah, we're going to deal with these people," and then you know the Israeli news puts it on. Well, this is what happened to Ro Khanna and stuff, and now Netanyahu's going after these people. Society would probably
Well, they shouldn't be able to go after.
They would come for they would come for Netanyahu.
Yeah.
Juvenile delinquents that are not part of that community. They come from the other parts of Israel. We are. I don't want vigilantes of any kind. And we are working to put them under the law. But I think if we put things in perspective, we should see that we have thousands of attacks and some few, but obvious breaking of the law. Then we apply the full measure of the law against them. Israel, unlike our neighbors, is a democracy and a country of law, and we act against those who break the law.
Okay.
By the way, it is not a democracy. There's thousands of people that live in Israel that don't have a say on the government.
So basically what he was saying was these were vigilantes. It wasn't that it was Hamas, but it was vigilantes that were outside the scope, and they detained him. But the problem here is they were IDF soldiers. So...
man, I kind of wanted to touch on this one last part. Anyway, okay. The last thing we're going to look at is, honestly, like I feel like we covered the Ro Khanna thing to the best of our extent. I don't think that anything's going to come from it.
I don't believe it will.
I do believe this is just typical behavior from, the West Bank and settlers and the IDF.
Yeah.
And I had seen a report where, a news anchor was asking an official from Israel, hey, for a response on this, like this happened and everything, right? And the guy tried to blame Ro Khanna. He said, well, Ro Khanna had let us know he was coming, but he didn't coordinate with us. And we offered to chaperone the entire visit.
He
right?
was with the guide.
They wanted to take him to meet with survivors of October 7th and this and this and this, right?
And
they have like a carousel of fucking tourism.
Yeah, go kiss the wall.
Yes, kiss the wall, this and that. Well, Ro Khanna was like, no, I'm gonna go.
No, thank you. I'm gonna go with this guy.
With a different group. It's a Jewish group out of Washington.
It's a guide
called J Street.
Yep.
And so this guy was painting J Street. Well, J Street, they're anti-Israel government, this and that, right? And the lady's like, well, you mean that they're anti-Netanyahu government?
Right.
Well, yeah, but he kept trying to turn it to they're anti-Israel
Like
government.
it was Rakana's fault for not going
Absolutely.
with the.
Oh yes. By the end of the conversation, it was Ro Khanna's fault. Ro Khanna should have done exactly what Netanyahu said, and that's why he ended up in this situation. Yeah, maybe it would have went differently if he would have been kissing Netanyahu's ass.
Quite honestly, he shouldn't have been there. He really shouldn't have.
I actually applaud him for going there.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have been there. Israel's dangerous. And it's not because of Hamas, it's because of Israel.
He actually made the statement that this was the first time in his life that he was acutely aware of being brown.
Right.
That was a statement from Ro Khanna. He's like, because I had never, but going here, he's like, yeah, I was acutely aware that I was brown.
But isn't Israel, they have mixed. They're not like fully just white. Jewish is not white. They are not white. Are they?
Actually, when you're picking your ethnicity on paperwork, there is no Jewish, and so they do go Caucasian. Yes. There's no white either.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about here. I'm talking about there.
Yeah, they're European, Eastern European, Ashkenazi.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Jews, yes.
They look like they're a little bit mixed with the Middle Eastern to me. So I don't know why they attack.
So anyway, the last thing
I don't know why they attack Gaza because they're Palestinians.
So the reason they're attacking Gaza is because they want the land.
I know that.
They're attempting to expand. They don't like the fact that they're a little swath of land.
I know that. And I mean, if we go back to...
They were happy with it at the beginning,
and
but
then they
now
wanted more.
They need more and whatever.
So if you go back to China's map of Gaza and the Palestinian state...
Oh, yeah.
It was huge.
In fact, I don't think there's an Israel. There's just Palestine.
No, there is some. They do have their own land.
On the China map?
Yep.
I'll have to go look into that a little deeper.
I did. And they have their land that they were given after World War II. I don't understand why they can't leave well enough alone and let people survive and just coexist.
Okay, one more attempt here to do some reading here. I know I've been sort of cringe on my reading in this program today, but...
No, you haven't. You're fine.
So breaking, Iran Army, not just the IRGC, now claims strikes on U.S. system in Kuwait and Bahrain. Iran Army announces it targeted a Patriot battery, ammunition depot, and U.S. radar system in Kuwait. It also claims drone targeted a U.S. communication system and radar site in Bahrain. The claims are unverified and targeted, carries no assertion of hits, the same careful wording as past announcements. The regular army joins the IRGC response, marks the whole military machine publicly participating, not just the hardline guard. So... this kind of aligns with reports that Iran has completely closed down the Strait of Hormuz again.
Oh, okay.
There is a little video of Iran launching some weapons. I don't think there's anything to gain from listening, but this was released from the IRGC of them launching their weapons. This is the military that Trump destroyed, right? Obliterated. They have nothing left to fight back with. Iran has been quiet. They have slowed down their military defenses and offenses because of Ayatollah Khamenei's. But now that that's over, Iran has been launching every single time they get hit. They have been hitting back lately, and they've literally shut down the Strait of Hormuz. It's pretty much at a standstill at this point. And they're not, and they're even in there mining the Omani side because the U.S. during this funeral was trying to establish like a shipping route through the Omani side of the strait.
No.
And, well, this is when the first drones, I think they allowed a bunch of ships to go through.
Right.
And they were just warning and not getting responses out of the vessels.
Mm-hmm.
And at a certain point, they were like, fuck this, and they shot some drones at them. Well, as soon as that happened, then the U.S. starts bombing the shit out of them during this funeral. And
oh, wow.
They didn't bomb the funeral, but they were bombing.
You know what I just saw? That they released a statement, and don't quote me on where it was at, that there is now U.S. Strikes on U.S. soil are coming because of drones.
Yeah, I'll believe that when I see it. And, you know, I don't think so. I really don't. I mean, who's going to bomb us?
I was thinking we got cartel right next to us.
Yes, maybe if Mexico starts bombing us or Canada. But other than that,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
we're not getting bombed. Was Iran going to send a fucking drone across the ocean?
Oh, I don't know if it was Iran, but whatever.
I'm just saying, like, even if Iran or any of these other countries over there do send a drone across the ocean, they would have to rely on our military.
Would take so long.
Yeah, well, our military would have to be not defending us.
Right.
Hopefully we can rely on our military to shoot down a fucking drone from the Middle East before it gets to us.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, obviously, I think that there's some pretty serious shit going on in Mexico and Canada, probably.
You're right. I don't know about Canada, but yeah.
Well, did you see the recent Tucker Carlson episode where they're euthanizing their population?
They've been doing that for a while, actually, but
they just hit 100,000 Canadian citizens.
And I believe they do it in Oregon.
They do it in 13 provinces here in the United States. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Probably New York.
It's on that episode.
Probably
also, something
Oregon.
else I wanted to mention.
Well, I know Oregon for sure.
One other thing I did want to mention also is lithium. Go watch Tucker Carlson's episode from a couple episodes ago where he talks to this scientist who wrote the book Conspiracy Against Lithium.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been talking about this for probably a couple decades now, I think, if I remember correctly. And after watching that episode, I got lithium and started taking it. And I actually will say that I have seen a difference, and I feel like it's benefited me.
You know what? I started taking it too, and I have strong ADHD tendencies in my mind, and it makes me tired. And when I was doing research onto why it makes me a little bit tired is because my mind is constant, and it's almost like a fight or flight like way of living, and it calms you.
Yes.
Try it out.
Yes. No, it's worth it.
And it stops Alzheimer's and dementia. It stops the beginning stages.
Obviously, I'm not giving health advice. What I would say is go watch Tucker's episode because the scientist, he explains it. He actually endorses it on Tucker's episode with a high level of confidence, you know, with certainty.
Well, obviously, we can't give health advice.
I'm just saying, like, what I'm saying is, like, yeah, I'm not giving health advice. What I'm telling you is my experience has been positive with it.
Yes.
And
from that episode is what he says is it does stop the beginning stages.
You can learn yeah, it will reverse early stages of autism and
Yes. And dementia and Alzheimer's.
Yes, and it makes you less irritable.
Well, yeah, and mad.
It gives you, there's a lot of benefits from lithium, and lithium, if you listen to what he explains,
microdosing.
It's an essential mineral.
And it's
to,
microdosing.
Brain health.
It's microdosing because in extreme cases, what Big Pharma does is it gives a huge dose monthly to people with bipolar disorder and things like that, but it's not like that's microdosing 1 milligram.
Yeah, we're going to end our Lindsey Graham show on... I want to just play one more clip here because it was good. So Lindsey Graham getting booed.
It's the guts and it's the blood. 100 stripes, 100
Thank y'all.
I feel bad.
Welcome to Pickens. Thank y'all for coming. Thank you very much.
I feel bad
Thank
for him.
you.
This is in South Carolina where he has been elected over and over and over again, where the citizens of South Carolina insist on him being the senator and are loyal to him.
All I'm saying is that I feel bad for when this happens to people. I just do.
Thank you. Thank you all for coming. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Thank you.
You got thumbs down.
Thanks a bunch.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't have a lot of sympathy for Lindsey Graham because I've seen the things that he's said.
I know, I understand that, but it's...
When you live a life like he did, with the amount of power that he has in our government and the type of policies and the type of things that he has done,
I still feel bad for...
There's no excuse for all of the things that he's done, and there's a long history to look at, okay? It's not a secret.
I know, but I'm saying, like, if, like, that kind of stuff, it gives me secondhand embarrassment, and I feel bad for him. Just like when Biden would fall up the stairs, it gave me secondhand embarrassment, and I felt bad for him.
For me, it's like, good for the crowd to be able to unite enough to boo a, person that is not good for us.
Yeah.
And is not working in the interest of the American people.
I understand that, yeah.
So if you like our channel, like and subscribe, please hit that subscribe button. Until next time.
Where the truth don't miss, no spin, no script, just real talk with Chris. Cut the noise, break the mold, say the things they won't be told. Straight, no chaser, no disguise, only truth behind these minds.